Raise your hand, Coach.
Yeah, I'm really proud of our players and our assistant coaches. Just keeping on finding a way, continuing to improve each week. We really had a chance to practice with everybody there this week, so it was a huge bonus for us. I thought offensively on the line of scrimmage, we kind of controlled the line of scrimmage for a while in the run game, but I felt like there was too many licks on the quarterback. So it's something that's got to be addressed. We put the ball on the ground, or there's probably 3 times during the game that Missouri had a chance to get their hands on the ball, and we've got to eliminate that. Defensively, there was some good and bad. Felt like we made some mistakes on third down through a drive one time, and end up giving up some points. But all the things are correctable, and we'll go back and fix this. But I'm really excited about our team's effort, how they continue to work hard to persevere through this challenging time. And in the kicking game, again, we missed a field goal, just a little bit of technical part there. Brand will get that fixed. Same with Paxton. These specialists doing kind of double duty and punting and field goals and kickoffs. It's a different swing with their leg and all 3 of those things. So just got to get a few things tweaked out there and corrected, but gave Missouri an opportunity right there before the half by kicking the ball out of bounds. I like to compliment Coach Drinkowitz and his staff, how his guys continue to play hard. They never quit in the game and gave us all we wanted. I'll take any questions.
All right, questions, and please mute your line after you ask your questions. We'll start with Blake Topmeyer, and then we'll go to Wes Rucker.
Yeah, Jeremy, you mentioned your running game. Why do you think you guys were able to have so much success there on the ground today? And then also, we didn't see too much of Bryce Thompson today. I was wondering what the situation was with him.
Yeah, well, we ran the ball 51 times. So the first part of being good in the run game is you got to do it. You got to say that, hey, we want to establish the run game, and I felt like we did that a little bit today. Bryce got banged up Tuesday at practice, and we didn't know if it was kind of a game time decision, so we really just played him on third down. He should be back on Monday and ready to go. So, and Kenneth George, twice had his hands on balls. Kenneth George is a guy that we recruited out of a junior college in Texas, found him, and guy didn't play any high school football, that we believe has a ton of talent and continues to improve each week. So when you don't play football in high school, but play it in this level, it says a lot about you and how much talent you have. So he continues to work hard and improves every week.
Wes?
Jeremy, I guess, what did you think of Cade Mays today? I mean, you haven't seen film yet, but how did you think he played in his first game? And I guess with the O-line rotation, is that more than you would normally rotate an offensive line, or is that just something that happens pretty often?
No, well, for one, we've got guys that have been quarantined for multiple weeks. Okay, so they're really not in shape to play an entire game. That's the first thing. So to do that, we've got to create a rotation. We also feel like we have a lot of guys that are deserving to play, and we've got competition. So we want to figure out what's the kind of the best lineup. And the circumstances that we're in right now with this pandemic, you may not always have your complete team. So you better be able to mix and match and have an answer.
We'll go to Rob Lewis, then David Ubben.
Coach, what did you think about Cade?
Hey, Rob, I can't.
What did you think about Cade in his first game out there, and just the overall physicality of the offensive line today?
Well, the offensive line is hard to watch from the sideline. It's hard for me to comment on any particular player. I know that that Cade probably got tired in the game. I think a lot of the guys did, and we've got to continue to work on their conditioning. And some of that's just getting into football shape. We understood it going in. It's why we had a plan to play a lot of guys. I know when it comes to protection, we've got to create a cleaner pocket. We got too many licks on the quarterback.
David.
Jeremy, just big picture, when you look at what your team is right now and has been able to do over the last couple games, and you compare it to, maybe where you guys were 2 years ago, how do you compare those two groups?
Well, I don't think it's fair to compare those two groups. They're not the same team. The first year I was here, that team tried to do everything that we asked them to do. There were some really good seniors in that group that kind of helped lay the foundation with Jonathan Kung, but I don't want to name them all, but Shy Tuttle, Kyle Phillips. There was a lot of guys in that first class that we had when we got here that really worked hard. Darren Kirkland, to help kind of set the standard that we're trying to get to. Are we there yet? No, we're not. But we feel like we've got good leadership and we're working hard to get there.
A reminder, please mute your line. We'll go to Trey Wallace, followed by Jimmy Himes.
Jeremy, when you look at the wide receivers today, how do you think they complemented Jarrett Garantano in the passing game, especially coming off you guys being able to establish the run so often?
Well, these guys really stacked the box. They played man-free probably 98% of the time. So it's really one-on-one out there. But we wanted to be able to run the football, and we ran the football probably against bad looks, but that's okay. Our guys done a nice job getting on some people, and our backs ran hard. But if somebody's playing us that way, we do have to win one-on-ones, and I feel like we did throw the ball down the field and got some explosive plays.
Jeremy, would you talk about, one, the efficiency of Jarrett Garantano today, and secondly, the mindset to continue to go for those short yardage situations?
Well, I know there's 3 times in the game that I didn't feel like Jarrett probably made the right read that I saw. But that, I think there was 3 times last week. You're talking about 3 out of 76 or ever how many snaps we had today. He's continuing to work hard to put us in the right plays. We put a lot on him, and he can handle it. And as far as going forward on 4th down, I mean, it's got to be a mindset. I talked to our team about it. We're not living in fear. All these guys came here with all the unknown. We didn't know what to expect with this virus, and there wasn't nothing that happened in the past to draw upon. So we're sure not going to play in fear or coach in fear.
Austin Price, followed by David Pascal.
Coach, you talked about the fact that, your offensive line, you're having to play so many bodies because, not all these guys are in shape. But the 3 running backs today had 0 negative yardage runs. What's that say about both the offensive line and those 3 backs on the whole?
Well, usually the negative runs comes with missed assignments. So hopefully that says we didn't have many missed assignments. You should fall forward as a running back. I felt like there was times that we needed to be a little stronger and run through some arm tackles there. But the guys kept they didn't get greedy, right? Sometimes a running back can get greedy and bounce things that he shouldn't, or maybe make the wrong cut. Our guys are coachable, and they're trying to do what we ask them to do.
Jeremy, I know Mike Leach last week talked about just the frustration of his sock, slipping down on his neck when he would try to talk, and he would be talking the whole time and his mask kept falling down. Can you just talk about the way you had yours today, and is that something you're going to move forward with?
Well, it's absolutely the easiest thing at practice, just trying to be able to blow a whistle. You can see our officials. That's why they're using the electronic one. But it's just hard when you have it up, have to pull it down. It's much easier the way I wore it today, just to kind of tip the front of it down and it comes back up.
We'll go to Vince Ferrara, followed by Ryan Shumpert.
Coach, a couple of things. Can you talk about your efficiency in the red zone? You were 5 for 5 in the red zone with 5 touchdowns. And then also with Garantano, with some of those short yardage quarterback sneaks. Does he have some freedom to be able to call his own number if he sees the right look in those spots?
No, we call the plays from up top. Jim does. So, Jared done a nice job. The O-line done a nice job wedging in there, knocking them off the ball. So that was good.
Ryan?
Hey, Coach. Yeah, hey, Coach. Talk a little bit about your third down offense today. A lot improved from last week, and how, staying in front of the sticks, how big was that in today's game?
Well, I think we were 6 for 13, so that's 5 more than we had last week. We got to continue to work hard to be a good third down team on both sides of the ball. And a lot of it has to do with first and second down. It's a lot easier to make third and 6 inches than it is third and 16.
We'll go back to Blake Topmeyer and then David Ubben after that.
Jeremy, you got Georgia next week. Do you feel like this team, this program's ready to challenge and contend with a team like Georgia?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the last 2 years we've played them. They've had a really good football team. I'm sure I've not even watched them, but I'm sure they'll have a really good football team this year. I mean, they've got good players. They've got good coaches, but we do too. And that's why that's why I came to Tennessee. It's why these players came to Tennessee, is to play in games like this. So we're looking forward to it.
David?
Jeremy, what do you feel like you've learned about your team through 2 games this year?
That we have a bunch of guys, to me, that are winners. They're good kids, good men that work hard. They got a kind of an edge about them when it comes to doing the right thing and competing. They're coachable. It's fun to be around them. It is for me to be around them. They might say the opposite about me, but I love coaching these guys. I love the men on our staff and everybody. We got men and women on our staff. Everybody in our organization. It's exciting times for me to get up and go to work every day and be around everyone.
Patrick Brown and then Joe Rexroad.
Jeremy, you said last week that you hadn't had a lot of reps at the star position. It's like you started there. What went into that decision, and what did you see on his interception and really the whole secondary play today?
Well, Theo made a nice play on the interception, got a good return there, which was good to see. We had 2 times today we had our hands on balls in the back end, and we didn't finish. You got to make those plays. We made a couple of mistakes in the back end. We got to do a better job coaching them up. I do. And to me, we need to be more aggressive. If you're going to play in the back end, you got to be aggressive. You got to have a short memory. The other team's going to make plays, part of it.
Hey, Jeremy, I just had a question about you bring guys like Riley and Cooper in, you got the imbalanced line looks, the jumbo looks. How much fun is that for the guys when you work on stuff like that? What do you think about the efficiency of that so far?
Well, I think it's an opportunity to create roles for players on our team. I don't know how many players played today, but I'm sure it was a lot. And it's something that we want to do. We feel like we have more and more guys that can contribute in our program, and the younger guys, or probably the less experienced guys, they got to continue to work hard to prepare so they can increase their role because we need them to.
All right, Nicholas Hill and then Trey Wallace again.
So Missouri obviously switched quarterbacks there after the first quarter. Just what do you guys have to change on your defense to counteract a different quarterback, and what is your message to the team when an opposing team does change quarterbacks like that?
Well, we knew they would play 2 quarterbacks. Number 8 threw the ball around a little bit. They actually popped a couple of runs. I'll have to watch the tape to see exactly what happened on those plays, but I felt like our kids kind of just kept playing, kept going around the sideline, getting coached up and trying to do their best.
Jeremy, what was what was it like a practice this week with the players, knowing that they got to play at home this weekend? Different environment today, but I'd love your opinion on what you thought of everything that went into today and this week and leading up.
I'm getting a cramp. Sorry. I know our guys love playing in Neyland Stadium. They love playing in front of our fans. Our fans travel. They look for them. When we leave the hotel and come to the stadiums. Just the environment. Our fans are so passionate about Tennessee football. It energizes us and inspires us. Today we actually did the Vol walk. We really wasn't gonna do it, and then right when we got on the bus, I said, "Heck, we're doing the Vol walk. I don't care if there's anybody there or not. That's a Tennessee tradition. We're gonna walk down the hill there and experience it." So our players like that. So it's obviously different right now with everything going on, but we're just really taking it one day at a time, and we'll continue to do that.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to have players shortly on 2 Zoom links. We'll have first players up here at the podium, and then we'll let you know on the other Zoom link.
As a running back, I felt like there was times that